Hello everyone and welcome to a new battle report of Warhammer Underworlds, putting my Elathain Soulraid versus Grinkrak's Looncourt when I went a while ago to the Outpost Game Center in Antwerp. Because the tournament where I will be using them is now less than half a month away and I only have a single game so far under my belt, I'm trying to pick up every game I can with my homebrewed rivals with Force of Frost combination. So yeah, let's see how they do. Facing me were the Looncourt, using their basic rivals deck and with water at the steering wheel. So I never faced this horde of questing gits, so let's see how we fare against such an overwhelming number of opponents. His band has a lot more wounds going around on the board, and with myself not having really high damage dealers, I hoped that every attack would count. Setting up the boards, I deployed to mostly one side, with the plan being to work through the little guys from one side to the other. A plan that would, though, very quickly stall. Because I started off with Furen immediately charging Pointy Burke, but the little git dodged critically. She was in turn charged by Grip the Wonky Lance and immediately put down. Not a great start at all, so surely she's the most expected model to die in the band. But this was really fast. Spinefin appeared in the middle of his warband as Duneclaw, already injured by his catapult, hoisting goblins, it's Age of Sigmar, wounded Grinkrank himself. Now, with Elathain stuck against Grip, who also kept dodging critically, Tamael threw his harpoon and took down the opposing leader. Moments later, a ping damage power card though brought down Duneclaw, and the first round ended with 2 of mine out of actions versus only a single git and a 3-3 score on glory points on the board. Inspired for the second round, the Idenef tried to go for the score, but the next to fall as the wobbly lance was Tamael. This quick riding knight was turning out to become a serious issue for my warband. So luckily Elathain made short work now of Burke, resulting in Tamael returning from the dead. Yeah, handy little mechanic they have there. Finally the little knight was brought down due to a harpoon to the belly, as Elathain in the meantime had become a large fighter who took 1 less damage thanks to upgrade cards. So the balance in numbers down was restored for a bit, but the Soulraid was trailing 8-7 against the Crusading Gits for the end of the second turn. So even though I salted his power deck with the Fury of the Storm in the third round, Tamael was killed again by Skulko and Prunk, the catapult causing serious havoc against my low wound warriors. Luckily Elathain took down another smaller git with Snorbad as Spore, and the Thrall returned duly back to duty again. I had to do some serious thinking now with Tamael quickly dispatching Poking Snark, but I needed to score my objectives to try and pull off a win. I passed an activation to discard Break the Ice and got Frozen Fate in return, so it might still be doable. Using my last activation as I went second in the final turn, I ran Tamael next to Poking Snark, allowing me to, without attacking by the way, allowing me to score a set Frozen Fate in the end phase, as well as a Dead or Doomed for 3 juicy extra points. This all tallied up in a 14-11 victory for the Soulraid, something I never expected after how horribly turn 1 went. But thanks to Tamael's return mechanic, because in the end he came back twice after being killed, I actually outnumbered the Gits at the end of the game. A close fought game. I did decide to change some things in my deck afterwards. Break the Ice went out due to the low reliability of both getting it and doing that first damage with my low defenses. So instead I have taken Smothered Memories, as with 3 milling cards in my deck I should be able to score this, forcing my opponent to discard. I also took out the 4 upgrades resolving around the gathering of ice tokens, as this is too circumstantial, to get some extra defenses on 1 or 2 models instead of opting to take cards from Elathain's own rivals decks like Lurelight, because that gives more card discarding for these Smothering Memories. So it has morphed now a bit from a rivals deck with a little Force of Frost instead of a mixture. But well, next week I hope to try out this variation of the deck, and then you can read all about it here or listen all about it here. Thanks for listening and see you next time. Bye bye.